thought menopause meant no more bleeding. And then this happened. So I'm 55. I've gone through menopause, well, almost menopause twice. I went 11 months and 2 weeks, no period. 2 more weeks and I'm in menopause. I'm in heaven. No more periods, no more cramps. I got my period again on Valentine's Day. Jiminy, Jupiter, Christmas. Really? Valentine's Day? Anyway, kept getting a period every month till September. September or August of that year. Then another 12 months went by. This time I made it 12 months, no periods. Hallelujah. Right after my birthday in October, I got a period. This is 13 months, no periods, and then a period. What the hell? Okay, this is crazy. I had started on minoxidil and spironolactone because I have a bald spot in my hair. And I did Google, did some research on the spironolactone, and it says sometimes it can mess with women's menstrual cycles. So I said, well, that's the reason. So I stopped taking it. No more periods. Just so happens my insurance wanted me to get a pap smear. You know, you only get them every 3 years. Now, I guess that's a recommendation. Excuse me, my 3 years weren't quite up, but they were like, hey, we'll give you a gift card if you go get a pap smear. Okay, I went and got it. Talked to my gynecologist, and she said, well, you're menopause, any bleeding? I said, well, actually, I did. I bled for like 3 days. It was very light, and it was after I had gone 12 months with no period. And she's like, really? And she got really concerned. She says, I highly encourage you to get an ultrasound. There may be something, with that. And she said, but I'll let you decide. I was like, yeah, well, I'll let it go. It hasn't happened anymore because this was now December. I didn't get a period in November. I didn't get a period in December. So I thought it's over. It's not going to happen. I said, but if I bleed again, I will get an ultrasound. Okay, so we wrap up the appointment. That gynecologist came back, knocked on the door and said, Buffy, I would really appreciate if you would go get that ultrasound now, especially as an African-American woman. I just want to make sure everything's okay. And the way her voice changed, and I could hear her concern, I could see it in her face. I said, okay, I'll get the ultrasound. Excuse me, I got something caught in my throat. Ultrasound, went and got it, came back, and there was something there. I was like, holy crow. Went to a follow-up appointment with a gynecologist. It's a different one because my first one, she retired. But she was so concerned. She said, please get that ultrasound. I just want to wrap things up. I want to make sure you're okay. And that was the very first appointment with her, by the way, too. But she was so concerned. She urged me to get the ultrasound. And thank God she did. Thank God I got the ultrasound. When I went to the follow-up appointment, the new gynecologist says, you have a polyp. I have a what? It's a buildup of cells in the uterus. I was like, okay. And I said, what are my options here? You can ignore it, or you should let me go in and do it's a D&C. It's called a hysteroscopy or something like it, but it's a D&C. It's basically, I think it's the same thing as an abortion. I did not have an abortion. YouTube, I'm not saying I'm pro-abortion, anti-abortion, nothing. I'm just saying this is a procedure I had done. And he said, I would advise you to get the D&C. I said, okay, what happens with the results of the D&C? He says, well, we're going to take the polyp out. We'll also look in the uterus, make sure there's nothing else in there that we see that should be of concern. And we'll send the polyp out for testing. I said, okay. And he said, if it comes back cancerous, I will refer you to a OBGYN that specializes in cancer treatment. I said, okay. And if it's not cancer, then he said, you'll be okay. You just keep with your care with your treating healthcare provider and your OBGYN. I said, okay. I had the D&C done on Tuesday, April 1st. This is not April 1st. This is not an April Fool's joke. I had to actually get put under an anesthesiologist, gave me some good stuff, knocked me out. The procedure lasted maybe 10, 15 minutes. There was a little bit of cramping when I woke up, and I felt the urge to go to the bathroom, and they were like, that's probably just from the procedure. Just, relax for a little bit. And the doctor had warned me there may be a little bit of bleeding. He said maybe a panty liner. It was a little bit more. I needed not the overnight sanitary napkin, but like the regular flow kind of napkin, and only one. And that was on Tuesday. I have not had any bleeding since then. Today is Friday, April 4th. Before the surgery, you can't eat after midnight. You can't eat or drink anything. He did allow me to take 1,000 milligrams of Tylenol a few minutes before the surgery with a little bit of cold water. I took that about 45 minutes before the surgery. And when I came to, they had a nurse sitting there with me the whole time, and she's talking to me, how are you doing? How are you feeling? And I'm answering her and everything like that. I was released home. I had my instructions for aftercare, and it said if I have any pain, take Tylenol, ibuprofen, that sort of thing. I took 2 Tylenol on Wednesday morning, April 2nd, only because I did work out. I did a little bit of Pilates. And I said, just in case something is funky, let me take this for some pain. I didn't have any pain, and I have not taken any kind of Tylenol or anything like that since. I'm doing this video as my vlog for this week for April 4th because women, if you've gone through menopause and you see any kind of bleeding after you've gone 12 months with no period, with no menstrual cycle, no bleeding, go get checked out. I urge you. Don't ignore it. You may be like me. It may not be cancer. It may just be a polyp or a fibroid, and they can get in there and take that out. But on the off chance, on the rare chance that it is cancer, the sooner you get checked, the sooner it's confirmed, the sooner you can start treatment, and your chances of beating it are even higher. Do not wait. Again, if you've gone through menopause, 12 months, no periods, no bleeding, and you have vaginal bleeding, go get checked out. I don't care if it's light like mine was, a couple days, 3 days. If it's heavy, I don't care what it is. Go get checked out. I was lucky. It's like everything that could go right went right for me. My insurance is enticing me to go get a pap smear because we're going to give you a gift card, and you can go get medicine or vitamins or whatever with the gift card. I had the perfect OBGYN. She's getting ready to retire. First and only appointment with her, she's urging me to go get the ultrasound. Better safe than sorry. If I hadn't listened to her, backtrack, if I hadn't tried to get that gift card from my insurance company, if I hadn't listened to that OBGYN, I'd still have that polyp inside of me now. And it could flare up whenever it wanted to and start causing vaginal bleeding whenever it wanted to. The OBGYN that removed it said more than likely I've had that polyp inside of my uterus for 10, 15 years, and it was just dormant. And then all of a sudden, after I go through menopause, it wants to say, hi, how are you? No, bitch, I don't want to talk to you. Go bye-bye. And that's how I felt when I did have that bleeding. I know it can be scary to talk about cancer. And I still don't know why women don't talk about menopause more often. I think a lot of people know, a lot of women will know, you're going to get the hot flashes, you're going to be sweaty, and there's so much more to menopause, and we need to talk about it, not just amongst us who are going through menopause or who have gone through it, but for the young women so they know what to expect. Know that if there is vaginal bleeding after menopause, go get checked. If I had not gone to that OBGYN, because I didn't even know there was a chance that you could have vaginal bleeding after you went 12 months without a period. And she was the one that said, yes, it can happen. And when it does, you need to get checked out. And before I end, I just want to say thanks for watching. Take care of yourself. And if this video helped you, if it enlightened you about vaginal bleeding after menopause, please, please, please like, share, and leave a comment on this video. But if nothing else, share the video. We need to get the word out to other women who may experience this and they don't know what's going on. They're going to be scared, confused, and they don't know what to do. If nothing else, just tell them, go see your doctor. Doesn't mean you have cancer, but something is going on that you need to get checked and you need to get it resolved. It could be like me, a funky little polyp that needs to be taken out. Better safe than sorry. That's exactly what my doctor told me, that first OBGYN. She said, better safe than sorry. Get the ultrasound. Thank God I did. So again, please don't hesitate to talk to your doctor. And if you've had postmenopausal bleeding, what did happen with you? Give us a comment. I know I'm not the only one. We need to start talking about this. We are not alone. This is something we can talk about. It happens. And the more we talk about it, the more we put it out there, the more people will feel like, oh gosh, I'm not the only one. There's others who experience this. And we share our stories and we help each other. That's all I ask. Thank you so much for watching. This is my vlog for this week, the week of April 4th, 2025. I'll see you in the next one. In the meantime, all the best to you and yours. Bye for now.